go, passing through what I call hell. 25 Sandy Springs 400. Headed out to look for the good stuff today. Ain't nothing like traveling through this kind of, place right here. Let's hope I don't. Everything's beautiful. Ooh. I mean, you gotta hang on tight coming through here. You gotta check the tires when you get to your destination. That is, if you make it safely. I mean, look at this. You talk about, I don't know what to think about this though. I know it's a different kind of hill out here, but there's nothing like that construction for real. They're doing a good job though to try to keep things moving through Metro on the north side. Let's hope I don't get a little bit dizzy and nauseated from all these curves and stuff. I mean, look what we get to look forward to coming back. A standstill. Trying to get over 5 lanes. Dang. I was looking, my bad. Oh man. Don't get caught in one of these cut grooves in the asphalt. It'll pull you to the side. Yeah, I'll tell you something though. I mean, I was passing through over there by Ashford Dunway. I noticed that they're replacing the wall that was burned up by a tanker truck back in like 1991. Oh, more brake lights. But they left a quarter of the wall still sitting there. They did. I don't know if they have plans to replace that. I think they do. I noticed that they're replacing it though. That's a good thing though. They had 90, I'd say more than half of that wall, the median wall that was burned up back in like 1991. I'll never forget that day. Summer break of like 91. We just moved to ATL. We've only been around for like a year. And that Georgetown pool over there by the Ford corporate headquarters, whatever it is, that brown building. You can go take that little access road back there. I'll never forget when that thing hit the news hardcore. And we rode our bikes all the way down there. And all you saw was a plume of smoke and flames, and we were right next to that thing too. Way back in 91. I was probably 12 years old, 13 I think. And I'll never forget that thing. But they're replacing the wall. The remains of that memory are going to be gone. That's one thing I had a question about though. I mean, I'm a big believer in things that are left untouched, Try to keep the memory alive if you remember it so well. Like when you're the one who is right next to it, recording it within your memory, something that you'll never forget, something that helps you remember the history of your life, the times of your life. And it made me think about that. I mean, once they really replace the entire wall, does that erase a part of me? We talked about that before in my videos. Does that erase part of my life, part of me? When they renew the wall, replace it, does that mean that part of my life is gone from the history of the land? At least I remember it like it was yesterday. Welcome to another Da Vinci style exploring session out on this cold January day. I don't know, I'm gonna go for it today. Last time I came out here about a month ago, maybe closer to a month and a half, I hit it right. But of course, we ran out of daylight, and it's already close to like 12:45 right now. I got out here late. I'm confused though. We had some monumental rains the last week and a half, and it rained like crazy on, I think, Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, boy. I don't know if I'm going to collect anything or not. I mean, there's always these stints where we find major things, but then we go like a month of having to wait for even more. no matter how hard it rains or not. But look at this little pool zone. It's gonna be crazy trying to get around these places though. I mean, am I gonna slip? Seriously though, the things I get myself into. I know I was too lazy to put on the waders. I don't know. I mean, it's all. I know I'm trying to do it hands free. Don't laugh. Don't. Well, you got the right to laugh because I like laughing too. I do. Just don't throw out a hip, my ancient butt. It might be like this all day today. Depends on how many times I got to get in and get out. Yeah, that water's cold. That water's cold. And some of the time I'm getting lazy when it comes to putting on these waders to try to just stay dry and stay warm. You know. But I gotta hold on to whatever's left of this winter time because February is right around the corner. And then we got spring just around the corner too, which is a great thing. I can't tell if this is old or new, but that thing's been there for at least 2 months. I highlighted that in the last time I came out here. Boy. All right. It's the same routine every single time I come out here. Same location. Looking around. And let's hope we spot some major things today. I don't know how rough the waters were, but we will find out. Another perfect filter. I see some, but I don't even know if it's worth even looking at. But you know, those black ones are bound to be sitting right on top. I see a bunch of glass a mile away. But here's a, man, I know it's nothing but a flake. At least it's something, right? Could be bottom of a spear tip. Yeah, it's just a flake. That's good evidence, though. I would have seen it last time I was out here. Cool. Good evidence so far. Now show us the real deal Holyfield today. Oh, we got a busted Dalton. Dang it, crap. Look at me just walk away from it. Oh, the sorrow. The sorrow. Man, is that a busted Dalton with the tip just completely snapped off that thing? Gee, just give me the top so I can glue it back together, man. Sitting right on top, of course. Yeah, let's go ahead and add it to the pocket. It's ancient. It's ancient. Let's go ahead and say it's a good start. Broken Dalton, possibly, if that's still a Dalton. Good find. As long as the bottom's there, we're all right. I mean, that's the thing about some of these ancient pieces, though. A lot of times it doesn't really matter if the top is still there. It's the bottom that tells you about the history of it. Piece of the pot, too. Look at that, lean right up, ancient. Got some kind of scratch design on it. Good gravel bar right here. I know, broken. But at least we found a Dalton. Busted. But the bottom is part of the history. I tell you that about the human race all the time, though. When it comes to the human race, the only thing that matters when it comes to the human race, in the eyes of, the Almighty, I'm not talking about the YouTuber. I stumbled upon his videos for the first time last week. I thought they were pronouncing his name. I kept pronouncing it like Dalmid or something like that. I didn't know it was like the Almighty. I've been hooked on those things for a while. He's from GA too, down there towards Columbus. My neck of the woods when I was growing up. Something about that area though that draws like the most powerful YouTubers in the state of GA, like what's that other one out there? Who's always venturing off into the depths of Harris County. Sidestep adventures. I'm a different kind of sidestep adventure right there. Man. But I told you about that when it comes to the human race though. In the eyes of the ones out here. these guys, ladies and gentlemen out here that are still watching over everybody, watching over the lands and stuff. The only thing that matters is from the neck up. And inside that dome of yours is the brain. That's the only thing that matters when it comes to the human race. Nothing else matters. When it comes to spirituality, that is. Nothing else matters at a certain point. Everybody is all the same. Anything south of the neck. You know, you got a chest, you got arms, you got legs, you got, you know, the things. You got the reproductive objects, you know. When it comes to somebody else, out here, something below the neck is the thing that matters. Oh, you know it's going to be cold up in here. What the heck is going on up here? Look at the mist coming up off the water. That tells you that it's cold. Man. At least I found a busted Dalton. Hey, this is a spot to find something right here. This little nook. Someone just said yes, but it's probably not going to be here today. The bat can't handle digging. That's why I don't dig, because I can't handle the digging. Hold on 1 second. Let me take a reference picture of that. Hold on. I got to be in the right perspective. I know. I'm crazy. I'm childish. Man, you guys crazy. Dang cherubs out here. You know, I just got finished talking about that thing. Anything below the waist. Oh, another challenge. In another deep zone. I know you don't care about pottery that much, but I do. I still gotta wash their dishes later. It's a wintertime gig. Oh, oh wow, okay, cool. A little bit of design on that thing, just scratch design. That thing was in there pretty dang good. Cool, another one. Not too bad so far. Now I've only been here for like 35 minutes. It's almost like I'm zooming fast and going slow at the same time. It'd be helpful to find some more points though, to keep the year going right on the right foot. But nothing wrong with the pottery. Dang, check this out. Look at that. I know it's nothing new, it's just interesting to me though to find the balance like this. It's just like sitting there, teetering on either side of this pine limb right here, pine branch. Huh. Very nice to find that kind of stuff. It's pretty out here though. It's always pretty everywhere I go. You have to make it pretty within your own mind. You gotta say that. They like it when you say that out here. In these places. Another challenge. Don't know what's stable, don't know what's not. Look what I just found though. It almost floated away. I thought it was a piece of pottery, but it's different kind of, natural pottery out here. It's a turtle shell, back of one of those giant turtle shells. Trying to hang on to what I can. This is probably the biggest one that I've ever found. And I'm trying to hold on to them because they're earth tone. Not only that, you can see right, it's semi-transparent, excuse me. You can't see right through it, but I'm trying to collect them because I'm going to make this art piece out of it. This looks like a centerpiece. I got many ideas drawn up though. I do, go to Michael's and get some tiny silver chains for jewelry. And hold on, I'm looking at some major balance that's just blown my mind away. Hold on, I'm looking at it. But dang, yeah. I'm definitely going to have to add this to a different kind of pocket so it doesn't break. Look at this, they're trying to make us speak it forward. Like we're about to find some major artifact that we're going to have to add to a different pocket so it doesn't break. Let's hope that's the case. Dang, look at all the balance out here, but get a load of this one. I know you don't care about my balance videos, but look at this one right here. You talk about Da Vinci style balance right here. I don't even know if it'll even focus. I mean, the stick right here is just like hanging on vertically. What you know about that? Cool. Oh well, this boarder was here last time. Look at how they did this thing right here. They even put a little log underneath. It's almost like the kids are out here playing. Look at that. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like kids have been out here playing. But the waters did that thing. That's crazy right here. It's almost like they made a bridge right here for, I'm not going to say for nothing. They made it for a reason. What the heck is that? It looks geometric. Hold on. Oh, well. Thought that was a bottom of a coin. I think I see something. Trying to roll up the sleeve and pull it out. You know that's another sign about cleaning up heaven. I know you're sick of me talking about cleaning up heaven, but it's one of my favorite hobbies. It's picking it up. Some things are meant to stay out for you to see it, though. Understand what needs to be done. I'm tempted. Guys, I am. I'm tempted right now. They want me to play with them out here. They do. Wonder if they want me to attempt to walk across the bridge. This little bridge that they were nice enough to make for us out here. Because they want to play. How sturdy is it going to be, though? I'm just going to go to the end. Ooh, that's slippery. I know, don't worry, the water's not deep. Look at that bounce, though. Look at that. They know my desires for real, because I used to make bridges like this as a child a long time ago. Every child did this. They put bridges across little creeks and stuff like that, like the little ditches deep out in the country. They want me to test the strength of their balance out here. And give them a thumbs up that they are great engineers when it comes to them. I know you're afraid that that thing was going to break in the middle. My ancient big butt sitting out here. Oh, imagine if this thing rolled off. That thing might be deep right there. I'm not going to go to the end, though. Testing the middle is what it's all about. The end is where all the strength is. Look at me trying to, go backwards. I know 2 feet higher. Look at that. You just saw my reflection. Works for me. Now that is a nice one right here. Too big to add to the pocket. How many more stashes am I going to make every single time I go to some heavenly spot? Look at that. Man. Beautiful. Even the bottom's right. That is a masterpiece right here. Let me go ahead and just add it right here. Might be able to come back and get that thing later. I don't know. That is perfect. And this does not count. Is that going to be it? Let's hope not. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't know. I was about to pass up until I saw the angles on it. Hold on. Oh, that's got some nice color and some tones on it. It's got an original curve designed by the bending out here of time. That's cool. I'll definitely hang on to this. Let's hope it doesn't, keep us from adding other things to the pocket since it's going to take up an entire pocket. Huh. On second thought, I think I was just played. It's crazy how gravel bars look so monumental from a distance, really though. I mean, this one's just been washed over. Probably nothing sitting right on top except like a bottom of a turtle. Dang. And I'm already seeing stuff I recognize from a long time ago too. Why do I always have to get treated like this? Why? Why? You heard me earlier. I just said never mind. I said never mind, I did. But you already know why I said never mind. I said never mind because they're not mine. Crap. Those are some big boots right there. Don't you just love it when you come across things like this? Ooh, let's hope we're speaking it forward again. That's what I meant to. I keep forgetting to tell you about these little things, these ideas that I know, like this knowledge and all. When it comes to like your emotions, the way things happen, the way you talk, the way you're meant to talk, the way things develop in your life. I keep forgetting because the concepts in the movies are backing up, guys. They are. My mind is just scrambled. It is. I got so much to talk about, it's not even funny. Very spiritual stuff for the human race. And I'm slacking on the job, I really am. Because I'm too busy focusing on just random stuff like this. It's almost like I'm always trying to play catch up. But you heard what I just said back there. I just said something about, blah, 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 blah. I can't remember what I just said. But it's like something that sparks an emotion within you. And you end up saying something that you mean at that moment. But then it also means for something else to come later. You just have to know what you said, what you talked about. And it has a lot to do with your desires and stuff like that. Everything. Also, it's a key. It's an understanding about things that don't really, some of the time it doesn't really involve you. It's just something you need to keep a lookout for. Maybe it's a premonition, maybe it's an omen, maybe it's something good, maybe it's something bad. You just got to understand what you said. If you know what you said, when you said it, what the heck is that thing? That's weird. Probably some saw blade or no, it's not. Let's go ahead and add it to the pocket. It's nothing, just a piece of some plastic. That's cool though. Looks like a shape of a knife, like an ancient knife. Boy, I need to look around. There could be someone out here. Huh? Well, besides us, gotta be careful these days. But yeah, just think about that. When you say something due to your emotions, something that you notice and you recognize, or something that you see, is meant to spark an emotion within you, and you end up saying something that is driven by your emotions. And it also gives you an idea what might happen in the future, what has already happened, something you need to look at later, something you need to pay attention to, even if it doesn't involve you. It's part of the gift that Nostradamus had. And also, you know who? Starts with a L. You know who? It's almost like you always have to go out looking for something to instigate the moment. You have to go out looking for that moment to instigate the emotion within you as a way for you to talk. As a way for you to talk. For them to talk through you also. to tell you something. A lot of truth and all. Maybe they were avoiding the water. There's no footprints down here. That's weird. Maybe they were out here when the waters were high. Yeah, but just think about that. Just like I told you. In that one part of that video when I was at the office, I wrote down something very special. Because an emotion was sparked within me. And it caused me to say something, but I stopped in the middle of the saying. I didn't film the saying, though. I didn't. I made 2 paintings the other night. On Thursday night. Some watercolors. And they were extremely amateur. And I just said out loud, I said 2 semi F-ups. 2 semi F-ups because they were not desirable. They were just like, I was getting back into it after taking like a 1-week hiatus. And I said 2 semi F-ups. But I didn't say the final word. I didn't. Because I knew that there was an emotion that was struck inside of me. As soon as the emotion hit me, when I knew what kind of disappointment they were. 2 semi F-ups. But they're so literal when they talk through you. When they spark an emotion guided by something that you do. Something that you do. 2 semi F-ups. And I kind of figured that there's something that might happen soon on the freeways that are going to involve what? 2 semis. 2 semi F-ups. 2 semis going down the road, the freeway, whatever. The country road, could be anything. Anywhere in this world, anywhere in this country, could be local. That's what I gotta take a look into. But whatever I said hasn't happened yet. But I already said it like it happened. Driven by an emotion. Oh boy, yeah, really. I'm definitely gonna be getting in that thing right there. Oh, balance everywhere. For real though. See, that's what I'm talking about. The snaky poo is gonna be up in this place. For real. Curled up. Trying to challenge us to get around them. But it's best to leave them alone, really. Hold on, let me set the jug down. Beautiful. Keep going. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I mean, it's like every time I come out, I always have to come across a lady balled up someplace. I don't know if I can add that to the pocket, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that thing's going to fill up so much. I'm already carrying the shard of metal with me. But I can never say no to the lady. They make me pick it up every single time. I'm not talking about this one single piece. I'm talking about every time I go out. They always find me a piece of it. Yeah, let me go ahead and definitely add this thing to the pocket. Probably came off some bag for grass seed or something. Very nice indeed. Even better on this side. Boy, did they ever get the painting right. This might be the last thing I'm going to be recovering on this side of the creek. Because we're meant to recover it. That was a good find. I feel so much better now. It's almost like I don't even want to look for the artifacts. That's exactly what I wanted to find today. I always got to find a little bit of it every time I come out. Wherever we go, we got to find a piece. And we found it. Now that was a good one though. I feel content for real. Like I was, like I found what was meant to be found. For today, that is. As long as we find the treasure every single day, I think that's all that matters. How the heck am I going to jump across this thing? that short. I'm not that tall. Man. And I'm not that young either. It's here every single time I come out. It's glass. It's intact. I don't know if I should leave it or if I should toss it up on the bank. I don't know. I mean, it's intact though. I mean, that's the way you would find a Native American pot probably 800 years ago. As time transitioned, when whatever was left behind is mostly intact. That's the way that you would find it right there. There's the truth behind it. If only we could find them like that again. I might as well go ahead and say it now. Makes me feel like I'm just waiting for that, I'm not going to say final piece, but that next piece. That's going to make me say, I'm so glad I came out here today. But I'm just going ahead and say it right now. I'm so glad I came out today. Check this craziness out. I just passed it. They made me rubberneck like crazy. You know I don't look backwards whenever I pass a certain zone. But they take me for something on my shoulder. It's like what I'm used to finding out on this side of the creek though, like I told you earlier. It's the widest thing out here so far. I don't know if that is one yet or not. I only know if it's broken or intact. Dang, these iPhone quality zooms are crazy though. It's like a 1999 camera. If it's that wide out here with striations, it's definitely got to be something. No, it's not. What the heck? It's not one. It's just a piece of ice. Made to look like one. Yeah, I'm going to add it back. See, that could be like a preform. It's a beautiful thing though. Thanks for that one, guys. That's pretty. Oh, gymnast. You know, I've done this thing so many times, like hop over a log like this. And a few times it broke. I mean, I broke the balance of it and I fell down in the water. That thing's got to be sturdy for real. You know what that means? Toss it up on the bank. So we never lose the soul. Throw it to where the life is. Where life can always be found. Da Vinci style. Our colors. Man. If only they were intact. Back to heaven. You talk about a pretty shoe. I know you're going to argue, you're going to say it's ugly. Not at all. I mean, you talk about retro, vintage. What am I going to find some more vintage points? All I got to do is make it to the other side. Dang, they got that thing looking like Native American shoes right here. That's cool design right there. I mean, colors of the lady too. What's that say? It's got a patent date on the bottom of a Nike. Not a patent date, but a patent number. I know you're going to tell me look at the code. Try to understand the year of it. Maybe this is not meant for me to toss up in the woods. But I have no pockets left. Dang. Well, there goes that idea. You know how they love them shoes, though. Maybe they're taking it as a trade from what I found earlier. Crap. I was trying to photograph the patent number. I don't know if I got it clearly on the video, though. And the second I try to move it in the hand, it just fell out. Then the waters took it back. And I can't even see it. And the waters are deep. Dang it. Lost another shoe. Oh crap. Dang it. No, I didn't drop the phone in the water again. Let me catch my breath. Somebody's close by and they like to play games. Oh, dang, that hurts. I know it's only like 6 inches deep, but I just went up to almost the waist in the right leg in the quicksand, and that's how I always lose the shoes, guys. I just set it back there. When I lost a shoe, I said, there goes another shoe. Every time they steal one of my shoes or take it for trade or something like that, in compensation for like the history that they let us collect, they always want something in return. And I try to give what I can, you know. They like the shoes, though. They like the shoes. But after all these years, every time I lose a shoe, it's because I step in a spot like that. And that just went up in the waist, and I could barely get out. You talk about panic mode. I had to bury my right arm into the water and the sands just to try to pull myself out. That thing just went up to like the elbow. I mean, you talk about getting soaked. At least we found our first bit of gold for today. On a ribbon. What you know about that? Beautiful. Oh, that's just a pipe. You know that's a pipe. No, it's not. It's the bottom of a crock. Inside is the latte. The outside is the other side. Let's add it to the pocket. If only it was intact. I think that thing's modern from like the 60s to 80s or something. Not a scratch on it. It's crazy. You know, I definitely got to put a spiritual swing on everything, especially when it comes to like things I can make everything so much more enjoyable and efficient when it comes to our hobbies, you know. Just like the whole dowsing thing. Got to figure that one out, guys. I mean, when it comes to spirituality and stuff, I've been watching every single YouTube video on, you know, dowsing rods and whatever. We ain't looking for water. We're looking for things of our desires. When it comes to the historical things, what the heck is that? It's got a giant curve on it. Probably a piece of bark. It is a piece of bark. It's a beautiful piece of bark, too. Go ahead and make fun of me. I thought that was like some kind of big short of pottery. If not, if it was soapstone maybe, but that's nice. Thanks, guys. That fooled us like crazy. Well, it fooled me, really. I mean, just like that, for example. If I was able to figure out how to, you know, make dowsing rods work for us, all we gotta do is just ask questions. Like, for instance, bring those things out and just ask, like, is it worth it for me to get on the other side? Are there things on the other side worth the recovery? Yes or no? Is it safe to go this distance? Is it, whatever? Just, where are they? Is it worth it to go up there? Because many times in my videos, guys, you hear it all the time, ladies and gentlemen. When someone will say, over here, it's right over here, and then we find it later. But they're talking about where everything is. Everything of my desires. There could be a 2-foot long spear tip in the grounds over here. 7 feet under, 100 yards up in the woods. They know where everything is. I know how they test or find the geometries. I know how they find it. I know where they know where everything is. Excuse me. I thought that was like a pre-snake, for the spring and summer. But that's all it takes. I know you're going to say, but Vinci, hey man, that's cheating. That is cheating. I know, it's like I'm not allowed to cheat. That's why they only give me riddles 90% of the time. And I think using dowsing rods is considered cheating. That's what I'm worried about. What if it, okay. If it doesn't work, we have nothing to worry about. We just won't do it. We'll just stick to old school ways of doing things. Just go out and keep walking for as long as humanly possible. During our hobbies and stuff like that. But it would definitely be nice to know if they could just tell us ahead of time. They are always around me. They can always be around you too if you only knew that. I'll never forget this one time, guys. I was in this one creek while I was getting ready to get one of these creeks. And someone in a female voice said, well, it could be a male voice, or they don't have any sex. They don't. I don't mean sex like that. They're genderless. But someone in one of the videos, I'll never forget that EVP, someone said, we're waiting. Because I was talking about some craziness before I was getting in the creek for the first time that day. And someone said, we're waiting. It's like they're just standing around waiting. Because they know where everything is. They go looking with us. They do. They're part of the stars out here in heaven. Boy, did it ever help, but it's not my fault. I can't see everything, that they're talking about. I've also heard them say nothing here. There's nothing here. They know where everything is, where everything isn't. What the heck do I get myself into now? Ooh, beautiful. Yeah, but if you don't believe, I'm sorry. I wasn't a believer for the longest time. And I just kept trying my best to find the truth. I just spent a good portion of this life, a crap load of time. Even on all my free time, I spent all that time trying to figure out the truth. Because I didn't want to stop believing. I didn't want to stop believing. I didn't want to not believe. That's the main deal of it. I didn't want to not believe. If I said that right, I don't know. Look at that. Ooh, someone's about to grab some pictures, but, something's going to be in the reflection. Beautiful. Yeah, I think I might have said that wrong. I didn't want to not believe. Maybe I was supposed to say, maybe I did say that right. I don't know. It just didn't sound right. I didn't want to not believe. Maybe it's the other way around. I just wanted to believe, let's say that, but look at this brimless top that I found. That thing is battered like you'll never believe. That's a weird design on the inside, though. Look at that. That is something weird. Maybe they use some kind of new technology to hold things tight. Looks like a sneaker imprint. Yeah, let's go ahead and hurry up and get going. There might be some major things on the other side, even if it's just one. Let's hope it's intact. There's some major tribulation going on through here. Crazy. More glass. everywhere. I mean, look at this leaf arrowhead. There's our first intact one all day, dang. Game players. Glass everywhere. I know, laugh. I'm laughing too. Nothing. Let's hope we don't say that word at all the rest of the day. Let's try to say something else. If they'll, if they'll let us have it, recover that thing. I'm also, they know I'm tempted to take all my stuff all back out there anyway. All over the place. Take pictures, document it. Dang, look at this. Net tribulation. Boy. I know it's out here. I know it is. Just like the beavers know it's out here. I don't know what happened. How's that even possible? Nothing. Probably the best one out here so far today. Not even a chip. Such a great sign to see the glass, though. It's just sickening at the moment. It is. Because you know it's out here. The major pieces are out here. But I don't know how far I can go at this hour. You're going to say, you dumb A, you should have started off there first. You would have seen the busted Dalton sitting right on top if you went there last. You would have seen it anyway. You should have spent more time on this side of things. Crap. I know some of the time I don't make the best decisions, but I always tell you this in my videos all the time. Everything is orchestrated in your life in a different way, No, that's not a point. That's just a piece of quartz. But, yeah, it's like, hold on. I'm going to look for you. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Dang. They did something when you see that. Perfect balance. They need to be balanced in my historical collection. At least we found a football. Retro. Know what it is the second I even lay my hands on it. In my eyes. Dang. Perfect. Good news and bad news. Bad news first. It's getting a lot later. Look at that. And I just keep on going. Good news, I think I might have found the perfect one. I know it just is going to be one. I see napping on something. Oops. Well, it's got a little bit of ding on it, but that is quite alright, if that's what it is. Boy, a blade. About dang time. I can't believe I came all this way, even though it's not that long of a distance. All this way for one rock. Could you imagine if the Dalton was intact? I probably would have left for the day. Add it to the historic stash. I don't even know if I should keep going or not. The more I go, the more dangerous it gets. But it wouldn't be this dangerous if it was earlier. I know, look at that. I know it's time to get nervous, even though it's not even like 5:15 yet. We have till 6:03 before that sun gets all the way down. A little bit of daylight left, I guess. Boy, got 2 or 3 major gravel bars left out here. See if I can get those things, whatever's left, if anything. Another tennis ball. It's now or never, folks. This might be it for us today. Man, one of the best gravel bars out here. And you know we ain't getting through that. I know there's like 3 more up there. I'm going to be extremely proud of us if I do stay out here till dark or don't get back until dark. That means I used every ounce of time that I could. Instead of skipping out earlier or something. But I can't spend an hour in this gravel bar trying to find some edge or something. But if it's out here, we will see it. Trust me on that. Monumental gravel bar right here. And it's the highest one out here too. But even if we don't find anything else, that's cool. That's alright. That's fine with me. At least we found some things today. I did find this little amateur preform though. I mean, they were banging on this thing like you would never believe. And it was never made. Look at that little archaic piece. Toss it back up in the lands. Thanks for that one. Fine. I'm doing it. Fine. I know I'm asking for a lot of trouble when I stay out this late. But I'll try to hit the last 2 as quickly as possible. Man. What the heck am I doing? Looks like this is going to be it. 6 o'clock. Time for Greg's Street to rock. Go ahead and grab it. See you back at the studio. But not before I grab this little baby right here. Nothing like ending the day right. Tons of different things today. Let's go and empty out the bag to see what we recovered today, of course. Beautiful. This year has definitely gotten started off on the right foot. Got a good mix of everything in this one. Just you wait until next weekend. This table's going to be filled up. Trust me on that. What you guys think, ladies and gentlemen? I know the good thing is, you're right. It's like the same stuff every time. That's a dang good thing too. Means we're building a foundation. For many things, of course. Oh, that needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Nothing wrong with nature though. This is strange though to me. Extremely strange. I mean, we got The lady herself, under it all right here, underneath it all. And the layers are just right on top, you know? But this is scary to me when it comes to the metal pieces. We found this in the beginning, at the point to turn around, you know, at that part of the creek. And in the middle, we found this. And at the end of it, the last point to turn around at the end, we find this one. How scary can it get, though? I mean, all you gotta do is look at the patterns. It all came from the same thing. But they're all different. But they're all the same. In 3 different parts. 2 separate ends in the middle. What you know about that? Okay, got a pair of pliers, no big deal, useless. Got it out of there for what reason? I don't know why. Just to add some to the pocket, I guess. Cool, gotta clean that up. Piece of art. Just got the garbage. Yeah, I gotta go back out there with the garbage bags. I thought about going back out there, you know, tomorrow or something. But it's supposed to rain all day. I don't know what I got planned tomorrow. But I feel so bad, guys. I got to go back out to some of my places and just pick up all the garbage. Spend a good portion of the spring and summer in warm season, whenever I can, to get out there and pick it up. Not focus on this kind of stuff, you know. Just clean up. Just clean up. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of cleaning up. It is. It is. But it leads us to find the things that really need to be cleaned up. The places. And I keep neglecting it. And that's a failure on my part. It is. Got another one of these things. Piece of a bathtub or something. Part of a toilet. Yeah. Almost about ready to start making that one piece. I just cleaned off every last piece I collected over the course of the last 5 or 6 years. Maybe 10 years. And I just added another one. It's like it's never ending. Yeah, I got the finger pointer. Some of the stuff you probably didn't see this on camera being picked up. That one's kind of chunky though, but it still does the job. But this thing here, I don't know about this. What if the Native Americans took a piece of slate? All right, now hear me out on this. What if the Native Americans took a piece of slate like the rock, broke it up, and ground it into a knife and made themselves like a giant knife or a pocket knife or something, you know? Because I was looking at this earlier. This is a rock. This is a rock. But look at the random drill hole. There's another one here. But the way that they're drilled into the stone, that's at an angle right here. That's at an angle. You can see right there. But then there's another part to this that got me thinking about it. Where's it at? You can barely see it. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. Oh, there it is. This one. It's not even drilled, but it's almost like somebody started to drill something and they never completed it. Maybe it's just modern, you know? Maybe it is some kind of blade, but it's modern. But what if it isn't? What if this is like a study model for the natives? Like a knife made out of slate. And these were just the supports right here. I don't know though. Only a scientist could tell. A real scientist. Yeah, cool. Whatever the heck this was. Add it to the weird stash. And then you got the pottery. Look at that. It's got the corn cob design on it. This thing was under some ground for real. And it just got washed out. But bam, look at that. It's got ash on the inside. Got to be careful not to wash this one. Well, just barely scrub this side a little bit. Don't touch this side. Got to hang on to the ancient ash. Let it stay alive within it, you know, the memory of it, the history of it. Man. Not a lot of designs today, except for this one's got some kind of cool design on it. Yeah. And then you got the smaller ones. This one's got some kind of small design on it. And this one does too. Can barely make it out. I thought this was a rock at first. Until I saw the curve and the design on it. That's a dense piece of clay soil right here. You know, a dense piece of pottery is what I mean. Cool. Got to be pointing at something, right? Yeah. For sure. Hope you enjoyed the adventure out there today. Sunny and cloudy all at the same time, really. No rain till tomorrow. Busted Dalton. Maybe I'll find the tip later. See you in the next video.